What's up, y'all? Sky Squad, we are in the building! Yes, welcome back to another episode. Today we're going to be talking about Andy Cohen's new show. Nene Leakes is breaking her silence with regards to Glee star NAYA Rivera passing. Then we're going to be talking about a little bit of casting news for Real Housewives of Atlanta, some interesting things going on there, just a follow-up to what we talked about the other day. And then we're going to be talking about Tamera leaving The Real. We got some quasi-tea on that. We'll see. We'll kind of chalk it up to some interesting rumor mill type stuff. You know what I'm saying? But before we get started with that, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button down below, hit that notification bell button, and make sure you tune into all the new videos. I was about to go run some errands real quick, but I was like, no, let me break down this good news right quick, okay? Your boy Andy Cohen has landed a new show. Yes! Now, this is going to be a show on the network called Quibi, okay? I don't know if you guys know what Quibi is, but if you don't, I'm about to break it down for you, okay? Now, apparently, Quibi is a subscription-based streaming platform designed to deliver short-form scripted and unscripted content to your cell phone. The name is a mashup of the words quick and bites, a nod to the fact that episodes of Quibi shows will run roughly 7 to 10 minutes in length. Okay, now how much does Quibi cost, you might ask? Well, an ad-supported subscription costs $4.99 per month, and an ad-free subscription will set you back $7.99 per month. So exactly what is Andy Cohen's new show? Well, it's a chance to get up close and way too personal with his new series, The Andy Cohen Diaries. Now, on Tuesday, which is today, they released the first official trailer for his new animated show, revealing that Celine Dion and other A-list stars will make appearances, okay? He says, I'm Andy Cohen, and these are real stories from my diaries. After 10 years of hosting a talk show, I feel like my audience and I are connected besties, okay? And so he says, now I'm doing the one thing I've been told not to do, and that's share all of my super confidential stories. Get up close and way too personal with appearances from Celine Dion, George R.R. Martin, multiple housewives, the Kardashians, and Sarah Jessica Parker drinking Cosmos, which makes every gay bone in his body tingle, okay? He says he's going to be dishing on his most embarrassing stories throughout his career and all that sort of stuff, okay? Now, he's saying that the stuff that he has on there, you cannot make this up. Now, the 6-episode series was announced last December, and it will chronicle the iconic and untold moments from pop culture kingpin's daily life, along with his life on the job at Bravo. The show will also feature his nights out on the town and ups and downs of his first time at fatherhood, okay? Now, he says this is the visual third installment of his best-selling books, The Andy Cohen Diaries, and Superficial Adventures from The Andy Cohen Diaries, okay? He's also going to be serving as the executive producer. Now, here's the thing. I know that Kevin Hart has a show on Quibi. I know that there are quite a few other people that have shows on Quibi as well. And I'm assuming the network is reaching out to talent across the board and is pulling people in to develop content for the network. Everybody's looking for content right now. And to me, I don't know that I'll be downloading Quibi for this, but I mean, I'm always interested in anything, you know, our people over there at the Bravo are doing, but I prefer to get it on Bravo or on the YouTube, okay? I always think like this, if I'm gonna pay for a subscription for something, it needs to be a lot of content, okay? It can't be 6 episodes. And I'm gonna need either, if I'm learning something, okay, I'm gonna pay you as much per month as I feel like the value of that education is. But this is just more of the same from his books and from his talk show. I don't really know about it. But let me know if you guys are going to be watching this show. I wouldn't be surprised if your girl Nene Leakes made an appearance, or somebody like Kandi or Kenya or somebody like that. But let me know if you guys are going to be watching this. I'm bringing you the tea because it has to deal with our favorite networks. So, you know, there it is. There it is. Now, speaking of Nene Leakes, okay, she is breaking her silence for the first time with regards to the passing of NAYA Rivera, the Glee star who she worked with during her time on Glee. Now, for those of you guys who don't know, NAYA did pass and her body was found in the river. Fortunately, her son was safe, but we did lose NAYA Rivera. So we send our condolences out to her family and her friends and all of her co-stars, including Nene Leakes. Now, Nene Leakes had this to say with regards to NAYA. She said, "I was praying for a miracle. I wanted you to come home to your baby so bad. This hurts." Now, Nene, you guys will remember, played Roz Washington on Glee beginning in season 3, okay? Now, she also shared photos of some of her favorite moments with the two of them together. She says, "I will hold the memories close to my heart and remember the good times, the laughs, and the way we would cut up on set. Those were fun times. Please pray for NAYA's family." Now, I think a lot of people were asking her to comment on the situation, so she did finally, make a statement. In situations like this, I don't necessarily always look for the celebrities who were on the shows to make comments about it, but it was nice that she did so. Now, with regards to Real Housewives of Atlanta, thanks to a tip from our friends over at Atlanta_Housewives, who recognized a comment from a Housewives insider, Osman M., that said this about casting, okay? So far, Kandi, Porsha, Kenya, and Cynthia are all back as peach holders, and we talked about that earlier. He said then, Nene hopes to have negotiations completed by the end of July. 2 possible newbies will be tested in the coming months, one a name we know and one relatively unknown. Then he also said production starts on Real Housewives of Atlanta this Thursday and Friday. Social distancing will be at the focus while individual scenes start filming. Now, Kandi did tell us this bit of information, but it's interesting to me because I don't know if you guys know this, but Atlanta is kind of going through some things, if you know what I'm saying. Keisha Lance Bottoms, the mayor of Atlanta, is saying that she's trying to roll things back to phase 1 of reopening, but Governor Brian Kemp said her plans are not enforceable. So who you believe in? People, I have to let people do what they do. You have to let people do what they do. But in my mind, it's just so difficult. And I don't know if y'all are facing this as I am. When I look on social media, I see people traveling, I see people, living it up and partying, and all kinds of other things like that, right? But then in my mind, I'm like, okay, I wear a mask, do all of these things. It's confusing sometimes. The best thing that I can do at this point is, just to continue to do what I've been doing, keeping this on, you know what I'm saying, and staying in as much as possible until I need to run out. That's gotta be it for right now. Anyway, so that's that. So we'll have to see how this pans out. Who do you think the name that we know could possibly be? It's very interesting to really think about who it could potentially be that might join the cast. All I know is that if it's a name that we know, it cannot be somebody disappointing, okay? I just feel like 2 of the best additions to the cast were when they had, actually a lot of them. When Kandi came on, she was a really good addition because she was very open about her life and everything that came with it. Cynthia Bailey, we kind of knew her name. She was very open about her life as well, even though there were things that were kind of embarrassing her first season, particularly with the way things were going with her relationship with Peter Thomas, you know what I'm saying? Then we had, when Kenya Moore came on, she was relatively famous. She had accolades behind her, but she had been kind of going from the spotlight for most of us for quite some time. So I just feel like with, looking at those past editions, I really hope that they can bring in somebody who is going to bring the noise. You know what I'm saying? Really bring it in terms of opening up their life, having a great personality, and not really giving us what I felt like Kim Fields gave us, in which I like Kim Fields. I just don't feel like she was the perfect fit for Housewives. That's pretty much it. The last thing that I want to touch on today is Tamera Mowry Housewives. She has left the Real, okay? Now, the announcement came out yesterday. She went ahead and announced it herself. She said that she was announcing it because news outlets were picking up the story even though she had not yet made an announcement, and she didn't want to do so really because of the news surrounding NAYA Rivera's passing, right? So went ahead and reported it. But here is the thing, right? Behind the scenes, the people are saying that it is because she was forced to take a pay cut, right? Now, they are saying that she was the highest paid person down to the real, okay? This is what the streets are saying. I don't know how true this is, so take this tea with a grain of salt, right? They're saying that she was being paid $3 million per season. They were saying that she makes $3 million per season compared to Adrian, who allegedly makes $500,000 per season, Jenny, who makes $500,000, and then Lonnie, who makes $1 million per season. Again, these are all alleged. But then apparently behind the scenes, an executive said that she makes more than the other hosts combined, and it caused some friction amongst the cast. Well, that's something that we didn't really see on the show necessarily in terms of friction, but maybe it was some stuff going on behind the scenes. Now, it's interesting to me how people's cast members' salaries leak like this. It's very interesting to me because typically negotiations are private, especially if all of them have different salaries. So you kind of have to take this information with a grain of salt. It could have just been the end of her run on the show. Who really knows? All I know is she was on the show for 7 years, and for 7 years, she did her job. She did her job. She was open. I felt like she was a good fit for the show in terms of that particular show and that particular audience and what they do. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of light and fluffy. You know, they don't really go too deep, which is why Amanda Seales wasn't really a good fit. Okay, so let me know who you guys think should actually replace her on The Real. You know what I mean? We're left with 3 hosts. You know, we don't have Amanda and we don't have Tamera anymore. So now if the records and the streets are to be, you know, believed, and she was taking up $3 million in that budget, you know what I'm saying? We got the budget now for 2 extra people. You know what I'm saying? 2 extra people to come on in and fill up this space. You know what I'm saying? Now, again, I was thinking about somebody like, you know, Tisha Campbell, because she has been on this show before and she has fit in real nicely. Or maybe a Gabrielle Union would be a good fit for this particular show because, you know, she's a free agent now as well. You know, it's interesting because we are in a different time in terms of how we look at reality. Well, not really reality TV, but hosting in general, because now these shows can be done virtually. So a person really don't need to leave the comfort of their home right now in order to, you know, hop up on that thing, you know what I'm saying, and get a good coin. So y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comment section below. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell button, and I'm going to see you in the next video.